Hello guys, my name is Jonathan Ruiz, and in this quick tutorial I'm going to show you how to run a credit card transaction and how to use your Verifone equipment. First of all, I'd like to show you that this is a new equipment given to us by Verifone. It's EMV compliant, which would have the slot here to insert the chip cards. This is not a chip card, but it basically has that slot, okay? So if you have the VX805 or the VX520 independently, it should have the little slot here. Since this machine has the pin pad, we don't have the slot here, okay? So I'm gonna run through a transaction real quick. Let's focus on that real brief. Okay, you can see that very well, I see. First things first is, obviously you have to plug in the machine correctly. Let's go over that real quick. Number one, you have to have the power on the left-hand side or where the green is. The pin pad always goes in the RS-232 port, which is the blue one here. Okay, it's like turquoise, I guess. And then the Ethernet cord or the internet goes on this port, and the phone line goes on this port. So first things first, you got to plug in your pin pad. That's the first things you got to plug in. Secondly, you can plug in your internet cord. In this case, oh, hold on, I'm having a little trouble here. Yeah, there you go. Okay. And then third, you want to plug in your power. Now that it's, after a while, it's basically going to boot up and it's going to come out to this, this screen. What you want to do is you want to press soft pay. Okay. This will open up the application to run transactions. So of course, what we're going to do is a quick transaction. Swipe, put the dollar amount, enter. And then now, because it's connected to a VX805, this is also like an external terminal. It's going to ask you credit or debit. Depending on the type of card, your customer will choose credit or debit. I just chose credit. So what it's going to do, it's going to run, approve it, and print the receipt. Okay? And that's how you run a quick transaction. Now let's do a quick refund. What you want to do is you want to hit the more button once, then you want to hit the refund button once, and you want to run your credit card or check card in this case. Sorry. For the dollar amount. Then you press enter, and it should do the refund. I'm not going to do it because it's basically going to give a refund that it's not needed. And then the last thing we want to do is a settlement. The settlement is basically when you're done for the day and you want to send the money to your bank. So you press settlement. It's going to ask you for a password. Oh gosh, great. One. And it's going to give you your totals. Now, if you want to send the money to the bank, you would just press the green button there, enter, and it would send the money. It should say settlement successful here. I'm not going to do the batch just yet because I'm still going to keep on using the machine. Now, that's basically how you run a sale, a refund, and a settlement. If you also want to do a void, then you would just click the void. Now, mind you that a refund is basically taking money from your account and putting it back into the card. If for some odd reason you have a customer that basically gave you the card and there was a mistake on punching in the transaction, instead of charging them $1, you charge them $100, what you want to do is you want to go to void. Do you want to void the last transaction? You hit no. You're going to retrieve by invoice. And it starts from 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So what you want to look at is your receipt. And on the receipt, it should say roughly what is the invoice number. And this invoice, let's just focus in here. It says number 2. Okay, so let's say I want to do number 2. Invoice number 2 here. It says a debit. Yes. Approved. It just voided the sale. And then do you want to print a customer copy? I'm going to say no for that. So once again, you go to void, You want to void last transaction? No. You want to go by invoice? Invoice, let's say number 1. Enter. Yes. And that's going to give you the void. So it's going to basically delete the transaction from your machine as if it never happened. Okay? Now, be very careful, guys, because if you do this and that's not what you meant to do, you basically lost the transaction. Now you have to have the physical card and swipe it again in order for you to get your money. That is all for today. Once again, my name is Jonathan with Merchant Solutions Corp.